Hello guys! Last year we presented Zen Set groups. We made an intuitive system to manage and display selection sets in Blender, but its usage was quite limited, because for Sculpt mode you can use only native face maps, for modifiers and geometry nodes native vertex groups. Also, native control over them can hardly be called comfortable. So in version 2.0 we added vertex groups and face maps right to Zen Sets and boosted them to Zen level. When you open Vertex Groups panel, you can see that it's much more representative than the native one, because you have much more information about your groups. You know how many elements are in your groups, how many objects has this group. You can actually hide this group and you can see the average weight of this group. A bit lower you can see this value for the weight. You can change it manually, you can change color so it will be converted automatically, you can choose presets, and for example I would like to create new group, enable display weights and append another value to the same group. And we can see that it's red color and it means that there are like different values, but I would like to have one value for the whole group. I can click here, can change it manually, or I can select from the preset and click OK. If you want different presets, you can change it here. For example, we need just two presets, like 0.4 and 1, and click New Preset. OK. So, and next time when you're choosing presets, you can see that here will be only two values, like 0.4 and 1. The same here. To manage vertex groups, you can use Pie menu. Select some vertices, Ctrl-Shift-D, display weight, Ctrl-Shift-D, add new group, append, remove this vertex, add completely new group, select vertices of the group, or by using Control key you can hide this group. Also keep in mind that vertex groups in Zen Sets has multi-object support. Let's add new group, and we have this group for two objects. Here we have two. And let's do the same with native panel. Select vertices, create new group, assign, and we can see that values will be assigned only to one group. One of the biggest advantages of Zen Sets vertex groups over native vertex groups is that you can use display option. For example, when you switch between vertex group, you don't know does this vertex belong to this group or not. But if you use Zen Sets vertex group and you activate display option, you will immediately know is it in this group or not. And when you are switching between groups, they are highlighted by different color. To select display and isolate groups, you can use Zen Sets tool from here or from the Pie menu, and when you're holding Control key and scrolling, you will be selecting different groups. Also they will be displayed in the edit mode and in UV editor. And when you found an interesting group for you, you can easily isolate it. You need to hold Ctrl and Shift click, Ctrl Shift drag, it will be inverted, and Ctrl Shift click, it will return to the initial state. You may know that when you isolate something in the edit mode, it won't work for object. But if you create Modifier mask, how to do it? You just need to select your vertex group and with holding Control key click on the eye, and you can see that mask was created, and Next time when you click to object mode, you can see that it works. To return everything back, you can remove this modifier, or you can go to edit mode and with holding shift key click on the eye again. You have seamless process of exporting and importing groups between different modes. For example, I would like to copy all the bones from the vertex groups and pass them to the Fase sets. Okay, let's do copy, filter by name. We need to use bone, asterisk, okay, Fase sets, and paste. And now we can see that here we have all the bones. If you see red indicator here, it means that in this group there are like some vertices with different weight, and here we can have the average value of these vertices. Let's select all these vertices. That's all vertices that we have here. When we display weights, you can see that some of the vertices most possibly have like 0 value. And you don't need them to keep them in this group at all. But how to remove them? It's easy to do by using our tool remove weight. And you can use conditions. This one will be perfect to remove like the 0 weight vertices. Click OK. And now you can see that we have only these vertices with weight more than 0. One more interesting tool can save your life when you have very complicated scenes and you need to select objects that contains vertex groups or face maps or modifiers, and to do it you need to select top collection. You need to go here, select object with vertex groups, click OK, and now you can see that we have like objects that contain these vertex groups. When you open Face Maps panel, you can notice that it looks like face parts. All the options are the same, all the controls are the same, and even tools are the same. And you can ask me, so what is the reason like to use face maps if you already have like face parts? And there is like a huge difference, because face maps are like native, and it means that you can export it easily for the person who doesn't have Zen Sets, and also you can easily convert face maps to Fase sets. And one more difference, like in behavior when you're selecting groups. Let's copy all the groups, all the face maps to face parts, paste all of them. Let's enable display, and you can see that in face parts, like to have group selected in the list, you need to use Smart Select. But in Face Maps, so the groups will be selected automatically, and there is like no way how you can disable it, because it's like just how native Face Maps work. To manage face maps, you can use Pie menu, Ctrl-Shift-D, add new group, Ctrl-Shift-D, add new group, select some polygons, remove, and for example we can disable display, and we can use Smart Select to select one of the group, or we can use Smart Isolate. You can ask me why you need to use face maps from Zen Sets and not native panel. And there are like two main differences. The first difference is that Zen Sets face maps are working in multi-object mode. Let's copy this object, go to Edit, and add new group from Zen Sets panel. Yes, we can see that we created it. Let's do the same from the native panel. Select two faces, add new face maps group, and click assign. And we can see that we have assigned face only in one group, in one object. Also, you may notice that all face maps were displayed by color, and it's the second big advantage of Zen Sets. And you can see that here, like, every face maps groups is displayed by color. You can change the color of every group, you can easily identify them in the viewport, and it's much easier to work with face maps overall in edit mode. And that's not everything, because as you can see, we have more control over selection, over hiding and isolating different groups. Also, you can see that all the groups can be displayed on the UVs. And also you can use workspace tool to hide and isolate objects in ZBrush way. For example, select this one, Ctrl-Shift-Click, Ctrl-Shift-Drag Invert, Ctrl-Shift-Click again, isolate, Ctrl-Shift-Drag, select everything, Ctrl-Shift-D, add new group, unhide. And also when this tool is activated and you're holding Control key and scrolling and you are in isolate mode, you can easily go through like every group. Don't forget, so if you are not using vertex groups or face maps or any other mode in Zen Sets, it can be easily disabled. As you have seen, you can easily display face maps by color, and also you can easily transfer them to face sets. What you need to do, you need to go to Sculpting and click Face Sets, Initialize from Face Maps. And next time when, for example, when you add or change something in the face maps, you need just to do the same. You can easily set Sculpt Mask for sculpting by using this new tool. You just need to select something or have some groups, click Set Sculpt Mask and choose mode, active group or selected. I will choose selected. OK. And when you switch to the sculpt mode, you will see that selected area is masked and won't be touched during sculpting. We added a couple of useful tools for renaming collections and objects. For example, here we have 7 boxes, one of them is called box. We don't have proper names for collections and other objects. And what we can do, we can select this object with a proper naming and rename collection as object. Then we can select all the objects and rename objects as collection, and in this way all the objects will receive good naming. For the collection list, we added the possibility to disable collections on the render, and also you can hide collections or by holding with the Control key, isolate them and restore. And also you can see that if something is colored by red color, it means that collections inside not synchronized with the state of the top collection. And to return it to the normal state, you need just to click Shift or just click a couple of times. And now it's again synchronized. Also, we added the possibility to sort collections. To do it, you need to choose Top Collection and click Sort Collection Children, choose Mode and click OK. And now you can see that everything is sorted, and what is very important, all the layer states are saved. In Zen Sets you can highlight collections by color by using this display option, and we added a couple of more features to it. For example, for now you can display names not only active collections but all collections in the scene, and it's very useful. For example, we can hide this collection, choose one object, and we can see to what collection it belongs. You can see all the structure. And for example, when you use Smart Selection and now this collection is active, you can see this arrow. It means that this collection is active. Also, we added one more option to show the name of the active object, and now you can see the whole structure and where it belongs to. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.